So the first thing that we need to do is give our module a name, and that's going to live in the module folder. So I'm going to go ahead and open this with my file system, and I'm going to add some folders in here. So since we're creating a book list application, I'm just going to create a module called book list. And as we're going through this and we're naming folders, make sure that you keep the case all the same way that I'm typing them in. So in this case, book list has a capital B and a capital L. Alright, the next thing that we're going to have to do is add a whole bunch of folders underneath here. And again, this is kind of tedious the first time you do this. So just kind of follow along and do your best to keep up. But we'll go ahead and start by adding in the config folder. The config folder is used to tell the module how things get bootstrapped when that module is loaded in the Zend middleware stack. The next folder that we're going to need is a source folder. And this is where all of your PHP source is going to go. And the last one that we'll want to create is a view folder. And this is where all of your view templates will go, which consist of PHP scriptlet information and HTML information. So as we move into the source folder, this identifies our controllers and models in other area. So the first thing we'll do is let's create a namespace for that. And I'm just going to call it book list as well. And within inside of the book list folder, we can add 3 subfolders. We should have a controller folder. This is where all of our controllers will go. We need to have a form folder and a model folder. So as you can see when we're creating this, Zend likes to keep all of the model view controller pieces nice and cleanly separated, at least on the file system at this point. And the last set of folders, we need to go back to the view folder and we need to create another folder called book list. This kind of matches our book list module. And then we're going to go ahead and create another folder called book. And this will match our controller, which we'll create in the next module of this course. So let's go ahead and go back to our IDE now and take a look at our folder structure and get an overall glimpse of this and make sure we have everything in place. So underneath module, you should have book list, and you should have config, source, and view. And in the source folder, you should have another book list folder which contains a controller, form, and model. And in the view folder, you should have a book list folder and finally a book folder. So that was a lot of folders that we've added there, but we'll go ahead and get to know a lot of these folders and what they do a little bit more in depth as we go throughout the rest of this course. But for now, that's kind of the basic folder structure for a module.